This conference will now be recorded.
All right, so good morning. Today is Tuesday, July 9th, almost a third through our month already. And as always, everything that we're going to be talking about today is for educational purposes only, and nothing is intended as any type of investment advice. So let's take a look at what we got going on this morning. Now, first thing is ACIA. Now, it's a little bit odd because it almost looks like a buyout, but the range itself has, it's got a really great range. I mean, we're talking about going from all the way from, above 68, almost 68.50, all the way down to pretty much where we're at right now, 65.50. Only thing again is that we're just right here at this specific level. We don't really have great prints at all. Coming in and looking at, everything else, there's really not many controlling prints. We have a bit of a mix between buying and selling, and it just really hasn't given us much to go on yet. Now we can see 66.50. We did have a little bit of a burst there, but then from the selling at 67. So it is okay. So it's a buyout. I'm going to have to assume that the buyout has some type of cash involved. So it's not going to be fully stocked just because of the amount that it's actually moving right now. So we're going to keep it Cisco to acquire. Okay. So we'll keep an eye on it, but as of right now, we're going to need, some type of better show of hand before we even think about trading it. Now, unfortunately, the rest that I have is really kind of sideless stuff. I haven't really seen anything that I'm that ecstatic about. So let's take a look at the other thing. So I told you yesterday, make sure that you put Soly on your list, SOLY. Reason being, if we go back up, so we jumped a little bit overnight. And then obviously yesterday, as we were kind of pushing into the aftermarket, we did jump, quite a bit. But not really on anything. So we're kind of coming back down, that pull down from the buying that we had at that 18 level. So I am going to be looking for it to be able to hold and for it to be able to get back up above that 18. Just because at the end of the day, we did, the amount of buying that we had at that 18 level, we just did not see the selling. So overall, it does have room towards that upside. Now, if we see it start to get killed the second the market opens, then you know what, that's going to be one thing. But, overall, I'm going to be looking for it to find that support level and trigger back up towards the buying that we saw at that 18. Next thing is CEI. So CEI is another one where I'm not really ecstatic about it. So we had some buying coming up towards that 265 area. You can see, nice little burst of that new buying that came back in here. But we're kind of coming in, and flirting on this support level right around that 250 level. So if we do break past 245, more than likely we're going to end up seeing that kiss of death. And it's definitely on the side list just because of the fact that it's trading very consolidated during the pre-market right now. So I'm not going to be expecting it to have a gigantic range at all, and I am going to be expecting it to be a little bit quanty, a little bit consolidated. So not my favorites, but it's definitely got, the variables for us to get some type of move, even be able to, if we it doesn't have the buying yet, but if we see more buying coming back into there, be able to break past that 3 level. How do you come up with those level that you want it to stay above? Based off the chart. Traders Exchange, Davis, be happy to go over it. Next one, ALT. So ALT coming in is on the bottom of my side list. And the reason being, here's that list. Okay, here, I'll give you an easy one, Davis. Look at the support level. If it breaks past the support level, more than likely we're going to see selling. And then from that selling, we're going to end up seeing the stock just kind of die out. And there's just not really enough above. You can see the Laker colors above that 3 level. I mean, there's a huge positions that came in there, but it looks like a lot of selling based off of the movement of the stock that we've seen them. Okay, so SQ is one where that's a beautiful show. That's, a beautiful position that we see coming into there. But look at the stock itself. It's just barely coming up on 100,000 shares. So my biggest worry about this is if we come back and look at the actual range of where we are, SQ just hasn't been trading well. It's just been really kind of a stock that just doesn't really have much going on with it. So we're going to put it on our list, but it's going to be our side list stock. Once again, there's not anything there that makes it on our actual list. I'm not even going to put a side list just because almost everything that we do have on our list is on the side of things. But once again, just not really much going on. You would think, especially after seeing this position come in there, that you'd get a little bit, some type of interest to come in, and we just didn't see it at all, not one little bit. So not really much going on there. Apple, same type of deal. There's just nothing really going on this morning. You have a few prints that came in at that 200 on the S side of things, but other than that, just not really any type of show of hand. We're going to be we're following the same story that we had going into yesterday's close. IPOA. See, I was looking at this before. This is, and then I'll go over another one too that I was looking at, but but I just don't see anything really here. And if you look at the actual volume itself, it's absolutely crazy. So I have a feeling that this is going to be almost impossible to be able to read if it even gets out of this consolidation. You know what I'm saying? So lots of the Fed talks tomorrow. Okay, well, that's wonderful. Can't wait for that. But overall, I'll put it on our list, but it's not. It's when I looked at it this morning, there's something wrong with it. I mean, it just doesn't. Based off of, like I said, just the amount of volume that we see coming into it, I just have a feeling that we're not going to be watching, and it's not going to really be doing too much. Let's take a look at our scanners. Let's see if we have anything new that jumped up in here. TTNP is new, 137,000 shares. Nice move up towards that 150 level, but then it just kind of sold off almost immediately. But overall, nice burst right there at 140 that it looks like it's kind of pulling back from. So I will put this TTNP on there. TTNP. All right. Moving along, CLSD, new into the stock, 212, but absolutely nothing that we're going to be doing with that one. Then moving over to the loser side of things, we have a pretty small list, and there's just nothing new there, and it's kind of So overall, guys, I mean, it is what it is. Now, CEI, this was another one that we already went over CEI. Never mind. Okay. All right, so overall, we have our list. Anything else out there that I missed? Anything that we see going on? EDU 91 aspirants yesterday at the close. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that would be something, that would be like a longer term if you have some type of options or something like that. As of right this second, I mean, beautiful. I mean, it moved $4.68 yesterday, but overall, I'm probably not going to be looking too much at this. Sorry, Mike, but did talk about Apple yet? Apple's the same exact thing as going into yesterday's close. Nothing has changed based off of its story. Yes, Jack. I know Rich isn't. I think Rich isn't a ticker, so I'm assuming. Would you say that'd be a trigger down on the daily in EDU? Depends. If there's prints underneath it, absolutely. I mean, no question. The only thing is well, actually, it's not even that. Okay, look, see the volume? It's pretty average. So absolutely, it just would have to have a print below it that would be triggering too. But yes, definitely. All right, guys, let's get ready for our morning. I will talk to everyone in the chat, everyone else in class at 10, and happy trading.